tonight out there. Woo! We're so excited that you can tune in. And what we're doing tonight is we're having an info session for our awesome leaders, our new leaders, our existing leaders, and those that want to take this Tupperware business just a little bit further than where you are right now. In Tupperware, we definitely have a lot of resources and we have a lot of things that could be helpful to you, but I want to highlight one of those tonight on this particular info session, and that is your career guide with Tupperware. A lot of times when we join this business, we join for the product discount, or we join to make a little money, or we join with the dreams of making a specific goal to get something done for our family. But it's usually after you've been in Tupperware for a little while and maybe step into the one manager role or the next that you start seeing that, hey, they have company cars and I can actually earn a trip. And I saw there was some diamonds there. And what's that technology package? Or there's a manager growth program. I didn't know about that. So I want you to have knowledge, because I believe that knowledge is power. And so this info session is going to show you where that information is so that you can go back to it for future, that you can study it, and that you can make your goals accordingly, and then you can share those goals with me and your upline so that we can help you get there. See the dream, but you also need to know in what direction that you're going, and that's going to help you achieve your dreams a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is from our back office, is what we call our back office, is your my.tupperware.com area. And once you log in with your username and password for this particular group, you are all leaders. So it's not going to be a traditional, just a new consultant session. You all should already be in your website and hopefully in your back office area here. Hopefully you are going there every day or every few days to check your last 14 days. I hope that you're spending some time in your training section. There's a lot of great information there. This site is full of great information for you. So I hope that you're spending a little time there when you have an opportunity. Where we're going to tonight is going to be under the Salesforce website tab. And where we're gonna hit once we go there, believe it or not, it's under new consultant, because this is where the career guide is. It's located. You can also search it, but that's the fastest place for you to get it, and it is called your Tupperware Career Guide. It is here in digital form for you. You can also purchase it in your sales aid for only $2, okay? So we do have the digital one. Also will always have the any updates that Tupperware has done. If you'll notice, even on this one, they've updated the verbiage from sponsoring to recruiting. And that's just some of the kind of updates that might be done quicker on the digital version. So that's why I kind of like to pull that version up for training. So we do have a few of you on tonight. And as we sit right now, I would like for you to introduce yourself to everyone and tell everyone what is your in Tupperware, and also tell where you live, because Higher Vision Enterprises is spread out all over Florida, Alabama, as well as North Carolina, South Carolina, and several other states. So we're all over the place, and we're going to continue to see that trend happening as we do more with social, so that we have people all over the place. And I want you to network with each other. Even though we are spread up, I want us to be able to use social media as a way for us to connect with each other. So if you don't mind, for my purposes and for everyone else that might be on, I'll just go down the list here and call you as I see you. And if you could just introduce yourself, tell us your current title and where you live, so that we can just see how far of a span Higher Vision Enterprises has, okay? So we'll start with Carrie Hannafan.
Hello, my name is Carrie Hannafan, and I am from Deltona, Florida, and I am currently a manager.
Excellent. Thank you, Carrie. To work today, did you?
Huh?
I said you didn't know I'd put you to work a little bit tonight, did you?
You always put me to work, so I ain't worried about it.
Okay. Next up, we have Karen Price.
Hello,
Karen.
I'm Karen Price. I'm store manager and I live in Navarre, Florida in the Panhandle.
Yay, we love our Karen in the Panhandle. I've been watching the news on the Panhandle, so okay. Next up we have, hi there, we have Jeanette Thomas. How are you, Jeanette?
I'm doing great. I'm Jeanette Thomas. I'm located in Orange Park, Florida, and I'm an executive manager.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jeanette, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Netta. Hello, Netta. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. So I'm Netta D'Andrea. I am an executive manager and I live in Pensacola, Florida.
Excellent. Thank you, Netta. Excellent. So, and I see one more on with us tonight, and that is Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hello. My name's Nancy Brewster, and I live in Jacksonville, Florida.
And what is your current title?
Oh, I'm sorry, executive manager.
Excellent. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And thank you for joining tonight. Woohoo! So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to tackle this getting started guide, and we're going to move through it. And I'm going to highlight some things and some programs that I want to call out to you, and some things that we're going to also share with you, some things that you could be doing with your team to help you build a recruiting culture and a fellowship and team culture with your group. So as we go through different things, I'll share a few ideas with you there, but this would be a great starting point with you as you're taking on this new title in June, because everyone that stepped up last month was invited to join in, and then of course we'll be able to answer any questions you have at the end. So there's a world of possibilities in Tupperware. I'm currently a business leader with Tupperware, but was a director for many, many years and enjoyed many of the perks that I'm getting ready to share with you. And I really have a passion as a business leader to show as many people as I can the full potential of what Tupperware can do for them. So you see on the cover of this career guide, you see the diamonds, you see the car, you see the outline of that tropical trip. All of that could be a reality with each and every one of you just by working your Tupperware business and working with your new team. So everything that we're going to show you here is for those that actually have a current team in Tupperware. Let me go ahead and just mute on and unmute if you want to share. Okay, so let's see. Those are all realities for you, and that excites me. That's what gets me up every day. So excited to work with each and every one of you is who is the next one that's going to be taking advantage of these awesome programs. So again, this is our career guide. So this is something I want to share with you because this shows the real Tupperware. When people ask, what is Tupperware and can I really make money with this? Is this really something that I could do long term? Is this something that really could work for me? And the answer to all of those is absolutely, without a question, yes, yes, and yes. When we start in the business, we all start off as a consultant. No matter what your title is right now, everyone started off as a consultant in Tupperware. And that's what we invite people to do every single day, every single weekend, every single month. One of your goals should be to invite as many people to join you in this company as possible, because that builds your team. And why wouldn't you want to have an amazing, amazing team of people with you in your Tupperware business? So in your career guide, of course, it's going to let you know what your commissions are, because you know your income is very important. As you begin to grow in the business and make more, build a bigger team, you do want to make more money for your family and to also show your team members how to do the same. So every one of these levels is going to show your retained profit of your 25% on all of your sales. And that goes for every single person, as well as our personal volume bonus that starts at $1,500. That goes for all of the levels. So I do want to share with you what you get after that. So that's for the consultant level, your retained profits, your personal volume bonus, and of course your sampling opportunities. That's for every consultant, but there are those of us who want a little bit more. So that more starts at the manager level. And I know that we do have some that are managers tonight on the call and some that may listen back to this later. So at the manager level, what we look at 3 or more of your team members, 3 or more personal recruits, And we always say or more because you don't want to always stay at the minimums of any of taking notes or mental notes. Please know that I want you to always think above the minimums. The minimum gets you in the door, and then you always want more, because the bigger team you have, the better opportunity you have for more money with your business. So you got your 25%. We do have a step-up bonus opportunity at the manager, star manager, and executive manager level. Our managers have a one-time step-up bonus of $100 or a first-time step-up bonus. When you step up to star manager, you're going to get $150, and executive, you're going to get $200. For your manager level, you got your 3 personal team members. The 500 minimum sales is always, but I will give you one of my little tidbits that I want to share with you tonight. Is as a leader, so goes the leader, so goes the pack, and a leader should be doing consistent business, whether that's 1 party or 2 parties or 3 parties or whatever you feel is right for you, but the consistency of at least 1 party a week needs to be in place for your leader, because you want to show your team how to do the same. If you expect to have a team of people that are working and growing with you, then they need to see you success habits. And one of those is having a consistent party lineup. One of those is consistently attending your trainings and workshops and things like that. Things that you can attend is quite all right, because we live in a fast-paced world where you can always replay, but also invite your team members to attend even if you're not able to, whether that be our rallies or whether that be a workshop or a training that's going on. Right now, we're doing a lot of things virtually, but eventually we will go back out into the field doing things, and you want to show up to those things also with your team members. So just remember, so goes the leader, so goes the pack. And whatever at level you choose to work the business, just be consistent at that level. If you're wanting to do 1 party a week, that's fine, but just be consistent with that every week so your team can see you doing that. If you choose to do 2 or 3 parties a week because your income, then that's even better. You can show them the bigger picture, okay? So there's that opportunity for the step-up bonuses. Managers, executive managers, and star managers are in their profit plus. That's 2 to 4% additional profit off of everything that's sold in their team. And you're going to get to see a chart career guide that you'll be able to study and look at. But that is there for you every single month. And you also are going to be getting a Vanguard bonus, and we'll see that chart going forward as well. The sweet spot that I always tell everyone for manager level is the executive manager level. I call that my sweet spot, because when you are at that executive at manager level, you're going for your 2,500 unit and your 3 recruits. Star manager is 6 personal recruits or more, and the $5,000 in the unit. Executive manager being 9 personal recruits and 7,500. But at that 7,500 level for the executive manager, when you hit that level 2 months in a row, you're going to get an additional bonus of $150 every single month. So my thing is, while you are, say, in your DIQ program or working through that, because or if you are just at that executive manager level and you want to be there while you build your team, then you can stay right there and then get that extra $150 every single month after that 2nd month, after that 2 months in a row. And that shows great consistency, and Tupperware is paying you that extra bonus just because. Of course, you'll be also capitalizing at the 4% of your profit plus bonus, and you'll also be making more of a Vanguard bonus. So what a great opportunity for you if you are interested in more, but don't know for sure if you're ready to go to director yet, or you're working on building to director, then you want to get to that executive manager level so that you can grow at that level and make that extra money every single month. And then we have our director level, and at the director level, they have a one-time step-up bonus as well of $1,000. Our directors make a 6 to 8% profit off of their whole team. So how exciting is that? Our directors also participate in the WOW programs and the What's Your Drive, and we're going to highlight those that are in this career guide. So it's awesome. Plus, you're going to have opportunities to earn extra trips and receive extra recognition out the year as a director. So that's also an awesome place to be. We definitely want to have more and more directors in our Higher Vision company. Rep all of the states that we're in. So we definitely want to talk to more and more people who are interested in that director opportunity. Now, organization leader, a lot of questions are this. An organization leader is a director who has promoted other directors out. So they have built what we call an organization. And that's also a great place. As you build that organization, we call that the true leaders of leaders within the Tupperware world. So when you get to be a director, and then you're going to build a Tupperware is very happy about that. So they're rewarding you for that when you do that and become an organization leader. And I want to highlight that for you. What's going to happen is you're going to start getting director development bonuses. And every time you promote a director, you're going to get between $1,500 and $2,500, depending on what level of org director you are. Director or star director, a 3-star director, and so forth. That will determine how much of a bonus that you get every time you promote a director from your team. So that is excellent income, excellent money. And I love that development bonus is there for you at that level. The other thing to keep in mind is that you're going to add an 8.5% leadership commission on your level 1 directors that you promote out. So how exciting is that? So if you can imagine being a director and promoting another director out, not only are you going to make your 6 to 8% off of that base team, but that promoted director team, you're going to have % off of that team. So can you see the possibilities now of when you see people and they are 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, they have the opportunity to be making 8.5% off of all of those level 1 teams that are under them. So this should be making your mind really blow and just get so excited with possibilities that you could become an org leader all the way up through a 5-star director, making excellent money with Tupperware. So that's always a great option and a possibility that I want to make sure you know is there. You also are going to be participating in the manager growth, the CAR program at that level as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more, a few of the standards for success that Tupperware has developed for us. And I'm now with the addition of our virtual business right now, guys, I'll be honest with you, these numbers are really low to me. Now we have team members that are doing 1, 2, and 3 parties a week, and some of the success formulas that you will see written right now, which hope that they'll be changed and just adjusted to the world that we live in now. I don't want you to think too much in the minimums, but I do want you to know that there's a standard that Tupperware has put aside for us. So of course, this is just telling you about making sure that you are holding your own personal parties, and that you are building people within your unit, and that this is what this part is about. And you'll be able to as you go through it, but when you read it, I want you to make sure that you're dreaming and thinking just a little bit bigger than what you might read in this current career guide, because the current environment right now is we have a lot of team members that are really going above and beyond just the 1 Tupperware party per week. Okay, and we want you to thrive in that area. Now, we just talked a little bit about this. Like I said, I wanted you to know where these things are in writing when I'm just spitting out numbers to you and you're thinking, what is she talking about? This is the information in the Getting Started guide that I want you to see what I'm actually speaking of. And it's actually where you're stepping up to manager. It's going to have it's got your 3 levels. And what's important to remember on all of these different levels is that you get to count 3 levels deep in your unit sales. A manager team is called a unit. So in your unit sales, that $2,500 is based off of a $500 party average. So as you can see, there's the potential for you to make a lot more than that standard 25%, because there's your minimum. And the more sales you have in a month, you're going to actually make more money from. So keep in mind that to actually promote to manager, you do need those 3 personals, and those are your level 1s. But you also get paid and compensated for your level 2 and 3, which means your level 1's recruits and then their recruits down to level 3. Once you go into the DIQ program, you can count what we call a dream team, and your dream team is all of your levels deep. And then when you promote to director, you also get paid off of all of your levels deep. So a lot of questions come up. When can I start getting paid off of everybody in my downline? And that's when you are star manager going into the or executive manager going into DIQ, or when you become a director. Okay, so this is just going to break down what we just spoke about. That 2% profit there is going to talk about that at this manager level. It's all charted out there for you, and it also has a chart of this Vanguard chart that we talk about. Now the Vanguard chart, your profit plus, I'm gonna go scroll right here. Your profit plus is that 2 to 4% that we were talking about in the beginning. It's gonna start off at 2% for manager. You got to go 3% for star manager and 4% for executive manager. So that's an extra percentage off of your team sales. Tupperware calculates that the amount percent that everybody makes. So they take out that 25%, and everything that's left, you're going to be paid 2, 3, or 4% off of that. Okay, so that's what profit plus is. That's where they're getting that number from. And then we have a Vanguard chart, and that Vanguard chart covers all 3 levels. So if you are a manager on the call, a star manager, or an executive manager, you are getting paid off of the same Vanguard chart. Okay, the Vanguard is awesome too. You'll be able to read up on this, but this Vanguard crest, it actually has several awesome things on our Vanguard crest, and it's awesome. One of them is a B, and that signifies the manager level. You'll see some of that in the Manager Grow program, and the B is a very big part of our culture in Higher Vision Enterprises. But the B signifies activity and the vitality that you need in unit success. So can you imagine just bringing that team together and encouraging everyone to have activity every single month? And you know, we're all about that in our team and in our company. It's the activity, activity, activity. Who's active this month? Who's bringing in recruits this month? Who's partying this month, this week, every day? It's all about activity in our group. And so that Vanguard crest, you know, that's the history of Tupperware, is that you have to have activity within your team. The lamp is there to signify the lamp of knowledge and sharing with others. And this is a big thing as a leader. You want to share the things that you've learned with other people. You want to bring them to the same trainings that you're having. If you're planning to go somewhere, shoot it out to your team and say, hey, if you're available, join this with me. Let's go as a team and as a group. So the lamp on our Vanguard crest is there to signify that lamp of knowledge. The stars are there because we always want to shoot for the stars and become the stars that we were truly meant to be, because I believe that we all have that deep dark or it could be a deep light inside of us that we want to shine bright, and we want to be that big star in Tupperware. I don't believe that anybody joined to say that they're going to be the biggest failure ever, and you know, you guys have all heard that. You want to be the biggest success that you could be. So those stars are there to signify that. The key is there, the key to success, because we want that for everyone in Tupperware. The gestures, because we always about having fun and making things we like to do on our team as well. So remember to do that within your teams as you're growing your team. Have fun with them. You know, have a little virtual fun right now with them, if you will. So that's why sometimes we do play bingo, and sometimes we do have cooking events and different things like that, because you want to have fun. We play music and when we do our recognition and things like that. So even though it's a virtual world right now, just for the moment, we can still have a lot of fun with our team. The Tupperware seal is there to signify the extraordinary products that we have there. The rose are the beauty of the relationships and the friendships that are built with Tupperware. So if you can see, just looking at this Vanguard crest, you can see how you can apply these things into your individual teams and make that team explode and grow. The door is the symbol of opportunity that each and every one of us has within our Tupperware business. And then the hands means the partnership we have between our leadership, our customer, our hostesses. And so everything is a partnership. If you want to have great if you're a hostess. If you want to have a great team, partner with the team members on your team. And it's the same way with me as a business leader. I want to partner with our leaders to help you success that you want in your business. So all these things are sentimental things that mean a lot to me, and I want them to mean a lot to you. So take a look at that Vanguard, really look at it and look at the things that you want to make sure that you're applying within your new team that you're building, okay? So when we talk about the Vanguard chart, that's what we're speaking of. This is just another way for us to recognize you and for you to be paid at certain levels. We do have Vanguard levels of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you see certain recognition come out, or at Tupperware, they'll do certain recognition. This is what they're talking about. This is the Vanguard levels. Vanguard 1 is 2,500 to 4,000. It's a recognition category for that and certain things within Tupperware. And as we begin to grow our leadership count more, I'll be doing our recognition at those Vanguard levels as well. So as the bigger our pool of managers get, the more you'll start seeing these. Vanguard level 2 is 5,000 to 8,000, and as you can see, your bonus goes up between 80 and 120. And so many of our team members, is that 8 or 9? Let me look at my eyes. Yes. Many of our levels, our managers, star managers, and executive managers hit that level and above last month. So they're making more of the commissions. Vanguard 3 is going to be 10,500 to 14,000. And then our Vanguard 4 level is when you are at 16,000 or more. And I'm proud to say we had several of our manager levels to hit that level last month. So the money is there for you and celebrate you. So you are getting 2 bonuses, the Vanguard bonus as well as your Profit Plus. So go back and take a look at that if you have not already taken a look. So the success habits of a manager, and this is the part that I was alluding to, that you might want to think a little bit bigger than what you see here, because it says we want to welcome 1 new rep to your team unit each week. And you know what? That's great to do 1, but shoot for as many as you can. And you just want to always be sharing with the opportunity. You always want to be sharing with everybody what you're doing. And just to say 1 and stop at 1, we don't want you to hold yourself back. You go for as many new team members to join your unit as possible every single week. And this is for you individually, but you also going to get credit for your unit recruits from your team as well. So if they see you bringing in new people, and if they see you welcoming people in and talking to helping the new team members, then you can actually train them on what they need to be doing. So it's absolutely fabulous. So the success formula for a manager goes on to hold 2 personal parties each week. How many of our managers are holding 2 parties a week? If you are, you're making a whole lot of good money that you deserve to make. But right now, you can do those parties virtually through Facebook parties. That's been the big rage right now, and people are finding out how that works for them. And we want you to make sure you find what works for you, but we still have our in-home parties. We have virtual parties with Facebook parties. You can do them just in the written format, or you can do them in form of Facebook Lives. You have texting parties. You still have parties where you can mail catalogs out. So we still have different ways that you could do the business, but we definitely still want a party. Now, Tupperware is the home party business, and we are here 72 years because of that. But let me tell you the concept of that. 72 years ago, when now Brownie Wise decided to take that Tupperware product, and she took it into homes to show it to people, because that's where they gathered. Think of that now in 2020. You can take our product and take it into social media rooms and groups and Zooms, because that's where you have people gathering, and you can still demo the product in that way. So we're taking that in-home party concept, and we love that concept. We will always do that concept, but now we're taking it a step further and taking it into the virtual world. And now instead of a home, it's in a Zoom room, or it's in a Facebook Live, or it's in an event, or it's in a group where you're still showing people this awesome product. So 72 years later, we are still keeping the party going, and it's super strong, and that's what we want to continue to do. But now that it's a virtual setting, Could you do more than 2 parties a week? Absolutely. And we don't want you to stop there if you choose to do more. We have team members now doing 2 parties a day. I mean, it's easier for them to do. This business is your choice. You are your own boss at the end of the day. But if you are interested in really making the money and interested in really developing the systems, then please don't hold yourself back by 2 parties a week if that's what you choose to do. Okay. And then you want to support everyone in your team to do the same. So if you're holding 1 party a week, you want to encourage them to do the same. If you're doing 2 parties a week, then you'll encourage them to do the same, because what you're doing is creating a big circle of people that are duplicating what you're doing. And I will tell you something and be honest with you, as someone has worked the party system at all of these different levels. If you get to the point in the business where you don't have team members that choose to work at that pace that you would love to have team members working, that's just an indication that you just need to bring in more people into your team. Nothing wrong with those team members that may choose that they're not working as much at this point, but it should be an indication to you that you want to always be bringing in those new team members. So that's why I recommend new rep a week, that you bring in as many as you feel comfortable bringing in every single week. Okay, so that's the success formula. We have them at all levels, but again, as you read them and you look and say, well, I think I'm doing more than 2 parties a week, well, that's great, and that you can take that success formula higher if you choose to do so. Now, our manager growth program, for our brand new managers, you are eligible for our manager growth program, and it's an awesome program. Oh my gosh, it is for first-time managers, and they'll be invited to participate in this program. There will be a tracking chart in your back office for you, so you can see the levels. You actually earn different points based off of your recruiting and your team sales, and you earn things like lapel pins, money bags, ink pens, crossbody bags, Padfolios, cookware, and Ultra Pro. And all of the money bag, the crossbody, and the Padfolios, they are all logoed with a bee motif that is absolutely beautiful. So that bee that's on that lapel pin is actually embossed in all of these other products that you're going to get. So awesome, beautiful products that you can get. And so our new manager workshops, will have one every month for the brand new managers, just to guide them through that process in that program. And if you are a first-time manager, you will be able to participate in that. So that's something to think about. Here are the other levels for our star manager and executive manager we just talked about, but there again, there is your outline for you. So if you are currently a manager, you might want to be looking at the next level for you, which is star manager, and building up those level 1 recruits, or those personal. You're going to go up into 6 personal recruits at the star manager level, and then that $5,000 in unit sales. You're still going to down your 3 levels deep. So how exciting is that? And you're going to get a raise to that 3% of that profit plus, and you still participate in the Vanguard Awards as well. So now you're getting paid 4 different ways as a star manager, of course. As you're getting your 25%, your personal volume bonus, your bonus, and then you're also getting your profit plus. So the money keeps adding up as you move up through the business. So that's at our star manager level. Our star managers also have a great opportunity. Let me stop here and tell you what one of our word choices. You will always hear us say paid. Paid as means that whenever you are at a certain level in your business, when you step up to that level, you'll get that one-time step-up bonus the month that you step up. So if you're currently a consultant last month and you stepped up to manager, our first-time step-ups, they're going to get that $150 bonus the next month, which will be June. You're going to start getting paid off of that team. So we call that paid as. So you have to meet that minimum sales level so that you can be DAS category. So for managers, it would be $2,500 and still maintaining those 3 recruits to be paid as. And then as a star manager, it would be the 6 recruits and the $5,000 to be paid as. So you'll hear that lingo, and that's what that means. So you actually get 4 misses in a year with your Tupperware business is the way that we're running it right now. So if there's something that comes up and you have an emergency in the that you need to attend to, or something that takes your attention away from it, you have actually 4 times in a calendar year to miss your title miss for that month. And you can miss with the sales, do those unit sales, that would be considered a miss, or if you don't have the right amount of team members for that title. So star managers would mean 6 of your 6 personal recruits. Then if you ended up with 4, then you would have a miss for that month. So that's why we want to always make sure you're bringing in that 1 person or more, so that you can keep that team strong as you grow to the next level. So that's what the paid as title is. So as a manager, if you're there today, all of our managers, your next goal in Tupperware is to be a star manager, if that's what you choose to do. But what I do when I meet with you one-on-one, I always let you know where you are and if that's where you choose to, so that you can maintain. And then if you're ready to grow, then we want to look at the next level up. And for our managers, that would be our star managers. So now you're going for those 6 personal recruits to get you in that title, and then you're going to count those 3 levels deep as well, the level 2 and level 3, and you're going to be able to keep moving. And so that's where you want to achieve. If you're currently at a manager and you're looking for growth, then be looking to strive for star manager. If you're always looking at that next level up, you're never going to slip back. If you're always looking, okay, what's next for me? What's next? If stepping up another level is not what you're interested in right now, then to maintain your title, this is it. Maintaining those 6 level 1s and maintaining that 5,000 in those unit sales. And then we're going to utilize the success formula to do that as well. That 1 or more recruits coming in for you and for the month, those 2 or more parties a week, and then looking at who you can help step up every single month in your business. So the success formula does work, guys. It does work. And then we have our executive manager level. And this is an example of that one, the sweet spot that I mentioned to you. So it's all here in black and white. I love for you to see where people are getting the information they're telling you. So there we are with the graph of the 9 personal recruits. We're still counting that level 2 and level 3. And I love this level because remember, when you hit that 7,500 2 months in a row, you're going to get that additional $150 bonus. And I love for you to be able to get that. That's extra money in your pocket. Okay. You're also going to be taking advantage of the, and you're also now going to maximize at the 4% of those sales in your team sales. And of course, they calculate that by taking out the 20 already been paid, and then they pay you on the rest of that at your 4%. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that the standard $100. So like if you're looking at your hostess chart, the average is $500. So where's Tupperware getting these numbers from? Where are they getting 7,500 and 5,000 and 2,500? Well, they're looking at a standard number of parties every month for that level. So if you are at executive manager level, Tupperware is saying, okay, you need to do 15 parties for the month. So 15 times 500, that's where they're getting is 7,500. So if you're looking at main executive manager status, you're looking at 15 parties in that month. So if I was an executive manager, and I wanted to maintain this and make sure that I maintain that level or grow, I know I'm looking at 15 parties coming in into my unit every single month. So you can do fun challenges with your team. You can do where they report their parties up to you. You can do different things to help them date parties so that you can have the 15. You want to make sure out there you're willing to do. If you're willing to do 1 a week, so that means 11 parties are left in your team. Do a challenge with your team that everybody in the beginning of the month that reports their parties up to you goes into a drawing for a little goodie bag of Tupperware, or they might get a gift card for Starbucks or Chick-fil-A. You know, do something with your team to let them know that focus of that 15 parties a month is a focus for you. Okay, and so you can do all types of fun things. You know, on the Vanguard, it talked about having fun. How fun would it be for you to do a big drawing for your team every single month that y'all held 15 parties or more, so they can report those parties in? You could do a fun challenge with them so everybody can report it. Whenever they hit submit in a party, they can post it in your group and celebrate the party they had and how much money they made. Or again, they can just call in those parties to you. You can keep a running chart and do different drawings at the end of the week or at the end of the month to celebrate the amount of parties you have coming in. If you concentrate at the executive, it is 15 parties a month. At the manager level, and this is all at the $500. Our managers are looking at 10 parties a month. And again, guys, some of these managers are doing 10 parties in a week. So you can go as high as you choose to go. And then at the manager level, it's I think it's 7. Yes. So that is how they're coming up with these goals for you. So again, it's not that just making up this, they're thinking, okay, an average party, you know, we want the managers to do, star managers to do those 10 stand-up parties. That's how they're coming up with your totals. Same thing at the executive manager. Okay, so there you are. That's how you want to break things down. And then when your team knows, okay, we are expected to have parties, so you want to make sure they're joining in with the company trainings for Facebook parties. We supply all that training every single month. We're going to have more Facebook party training this month. And when we do our in-home parties, we train on the in-home party a lot. We're training on recruiting. We're doing recognition. So get your team involved in that, but also create that little culture within your team of what's expected for your particular team. So if we have Carrie and you know it's 2,500 or, you know, going from maybe 3,000 to go up, who's partying? And if they're not, do a little poll. You know, Facebook has the cute little polls. Ask them, if you were trained properly, would you be willing to do 1 party a week, 2 party a week, 3? And get a poll or ask them, give them a call and say, hey, you know, I'm looking at growing our team and I want to know who's wanting to make money. And so talk to me, you know, ask your team members what it is that they want from the business. I can trust and tell you that when I talk to them, I always want to know their why. I want to know why they joined. I want to know how much money they want to make. Okay. And that's the type of questions that you need to be asking as well. So therefore, it's not going to be any frustration for you when you are, it won't be frustrating for you when you're team members and you're like, oh, nobody's working. Well, then let's talk about it and see why. How many in your team want to work? If they don't, then it may be time to kick up that recruiting, right? Or if they do, they may be a little bit afraid and not know what to do. And so this is a great time for you to talk to them and say, if you were training, would you try a Facebook party? With the proper training, would you go and do an in-home party? And you just talk to people where they are. And when you do, believe it or not, they step up to the plate because then they feel confident enough to do it. Okay, so I just want you to keep that in mind as you're building your team. So executive manager, 15 parties a month or more. And I tell you, if you get you some people that are dedicated in there to working it and doing 1 or 2 parties a week, you're going to watch your team explode with sales. Everybody's going to be excited because they'll be earning prizes. Everybody will be excited because they're making money. So sometimes you really do have to ask the question, what is your goal and what is it that you desire from your Tupperware business? Because I ask that question a lot. And when you ask that question, guys, make sure that you listen to the answer, okay? Listen to the answer. Now we're going to go into this special area called director and qualification. And director and qualification is a really cool thing because you're qualified to be a director. And you could be in that as a star manager or an executive manager. You do get to count what we call dream team sales. So if you've ever looked at your back office screen, which is I was hoping it would be up so we can look at it together, but we'll do that next time. When you're looking at your, when you look at dream team means that once you hit at least 6 personal recruits and do that 5,000 and become a star manager, you can up down to the dream team. And it's if your dream team is at 7,500, then you can go into what they call the DIQ program. Or if you're an executive manager with 7,500, then you'll be in our director and qualification program. It is your path to leadership, and the rewards of being director are awesome. First of all, you're going to be getting that $1,000 cash step-up bonus we talked about. Now, how cool is that? How many of you could tell me right now, what would you do with that $1,000? Come off and tell me what you do with that $1,000 if you stepped up to director. What would you do with it, Nancy?
I would pay off the rest of my bills. I have
That would be cool.
I have one bill that's almost totally paid off, and that $1,000 would do it.
Wow. And that would make you feel really awesome, right?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah,
the last.
yeah.
It's the last one.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations. We're going to keep working on that, either with that $1,000 bonus or even before that. That'd be awesome. And then if you've got it paid off before then you can splurge on that something else with it.
Then I go shopping.
Oh, give me a call.
We go
Let's
shopping.
go, Nancy. Yeah. Anyone else want to share what you would do with that? What would you do with that $1,000 bonus to step up to director? Just to make title to director, you would get a $1,000 bonus. What would you do with that? Anyone else want to share? What would you do with it? Oh, Carrie, you came off. Go ahead, Carrie. I was getting ready to say Netta, but Carrie got off.
Well, I figure you call me anyway, so I just go ahead and speak.
Yes.
I pay a little bit on a card and then buy me something special.
Oh, something to make you remember the occasion.
Yes, correct. Maybe my husband
Oh,
makes some, and maybe.
that'd be awesome. And how would that make you feel to be able to do that for your husband?
It make me feel good.
Oh, that's so awesome. All right. And
I
now
was
you're telling
telling-
them to hush.
No, it was actually my niece.
Oh, okay. Bless her heart. Okay, go ahead
Well-
back to mute. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so let me hear from one more. What about, I see Brenda Flowers. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm much better. That root canal like put me under.
I
But,
know those could be the worst. So what would you do without the root canal? Let's talk. Let me get you into a happy place. What would you do with that $1,000, Brenda?
I have some repairs I need to do on my house, and I gave myself a good talking to, and I said, okay, why are you dragging your feet when you know you can do it with Tupperware?
Absolutely, you can, Brenda. You can do it with
And I
Tupperware.
think-
So that extra.
My team is on fire. We done got 2 or 3 recruits tonight, I think I saw.
Oh my goodness.
You can't even look, you can't look at it on my Tupperware. You just have to look on Facebook.
I can't wait to go look.
Well-
It keeps telling me I'm running reports, but my phone is dinging over here, so I know that something's going on over here.
One of Noel's recruits already recruited somebody, and Tori's already recruited somebody new, and Liza just called me a while ago, and she's got a possible recruit, so we're just on fire.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Congratulations. Listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit of advice
you
is
for
to
your-
always keep recruiting. You're so welcome, Brenda. You're so sweet. I have to call and check on you and see what you got. I see you going full blast over there. With
And we're
those
so busy with
florets.
termites at work. And usually I can do what I want to at work, but not this week. Already these 2 days, I had a headache this afternoon. I told him, I said, I'm going home and do Tupperware. I don't have headaches with Tupperware.
Right, honey. That's right. Well, thank you so much. And you deserve to get those repairs on your home, and you can do it with your Tupperware business, Brenda. So congratulations to you. And that's what we want to do. We want to make our dreams come true with this, because this is our job. This is what we do. And anytime you put your work into something, you want to do your best at it. And the bigger your team, the bigger the opportunity you will to do that. And not just a bigger team with numbers, but the more you train your team, the more you share with them and the information, it's going to make a huge difference in what type of team that you have. So the DIQ program, so that you could be a star manager with 7,500 or you could be an executive manager with $7,500 or more. You're going to go into this program called DIQ. It is a 3-month program where in that 3-month period, you have to have a total of $30,000 in sales. At that $30,000, you will also have 2 managers to be on your team or in your team. They don't have to be your personal managers, but you do have to have 2 managers team, even if someone else promoted them, as long as they're under your downline. The month that you step out to become a director, so the month that you would finish the program, those managers have to be paid as that month. And remember what paid as means, that then they would have to have 2,500 in unit sales that month. And they're 3. So just keep that in mind as you're working on that. And then once you finish that program, ta-da, you're gonna be a director. So in that 3-month period, they're looking at a 10, and then you want to get that done within 3 consecutive sales months. And 2+ members of your dream team achieve the qualifications as manager. So a lot of people have been asking this question, and it states it right here. As long as they're in you can count them. They don't have to be your personal recruit. Okay, as long as they're in your dream team and they're step up to manager. As a director, you'll continue to hold your parties and coach your team, and then they will follow and do exactly what you do. The minimum director sales are $10,000 per month, and then you will be getting that 6% minimum commission paid off of your team. And you can also, as your sales grow, go up to 8% commission off of your whole team. So how cool is that, to be able to make that off of all of your team sales, guys? So it's awesome. At 10,000, you're making that 6%. Once your team goes over 15,000 in a month, you make 7%. And once they are over 20,000 in a month, you're gonna be at 8%. So make sure you are looking at that, because you can give yourself a raise every single month, even on your director team. So that's super exciting as well. So look at some other fun things. And I'm really, y'all know me, but I'm really trying to stay on track with this, because I want to skip around and just tell you everything at one time. Tell you it is very exciting, the perks that you do get by being a Tupperware director. Okay. All right. So let's go here. With the success formula for a director, I think I do want to cover this with you again, bringing in that new consultant per your unit each week. So now they're upping it a little bit to 2, because if you have 2 managers or 3, if you have 3 managers. But the main thing is still holding that personal business is really important for you to do, because you are making the most income off of your personal sales, because you are making 25% off your personal sales and the opportunity of the personal volume bonus. So you definitely want to be at that level, and then you want to promote a new manager every single month. Now, can you imagine getting to the point as a director where you have someone promoting to manager every single month? It will blow your team up. And as Brenda says, your team will be on fire, because so many people will want the success that you are providing there and creating that energy with. Now, once you become a director, there's a few other perks that you have as well. One of them is the opportunity to earn a trip. So the director symbol is a key, and then the star director hire, or the org leader, theirs is a crown and yellow, the key in green, and business leaders is the rose. And that'll be the symbols that you see for all of those. But we actually have a trip at every level every year. So you have a royal key trip or a Royal Crown trip, and then we have the Royal Rose trip. So there are 3 different trip opportunities every single time. So right now the org leaders can go to Bahamas, and the directors can win a trip to Bahamas, and then the business leaders, we can earn a trip to Fiji. Isn't that exciting? So who wants to go to the Bahamas?
Me.
As a director, the director trip this year is a trip to the Bahamas, and the business leader trip is a trip. All right, so the trip, so there. The other thing about the trips is we have what we call a WOW program that I'm going to show you in just a second. And when you step up to director, you'll have an opportunity to win a trip to Hawaii or to Disney. So which one would you choose? Netta, which way would you go? Let's hear from some of you. And Netta is on mute, so that's fine, guys. Okay. Hawaii!
Hello.
Aloha. All right. And I think Nat is down there still on the phone. If she could be safe, she could unmute and tell us where she go. But if she's driving, she can wait. So let me see. Hold on. Let me go back up top. All right, Nancy, where would you go?
I would go to Disney.
Now, so at the Disney, let's talk about this. So our Disney trip, you could take a trip for 4 to Disney here in Orlando or Disneyland. Is it Disneyland or Disney World in California? Disneyland.
Disneyland. I'd go back to Disneyland. I went there when we lived in California many years ago, and I would like to go back there.
Yeah, so you could get a trip before the Disneyland. And so and it's awesome. I took Kai and my nephews there a couple of years ago, right before we moved. It was absolutely fantastic to be able to take all of them on a WOW trip from Tupperware, and they pay for your airfare they pay for the ground transportation from the airport to the hotel for 4. I mean, they picked us, all 4 of us, up in a Cadillac Escalade and took us to those boys were so excited. And it was their first plane ride for my nephews. And of course, Kai has traveled with me before, but the my nephews have been on their first plane ride, and they pay for all of your hopper passes to the parks at either location, and then they give you a check or send you it's not a check, they'll either deposit in your account or send you a Visa card for all of your food. So you get your tickets, you get the card for the food, and you also get tickets to the character breakfast. So you get to have breakfast with all the characters and the Disney breakfast, and then you get a picture with all of them at the end of the breakfast. So it was fantastic trip, Nancy. So, go for it to California. And if those that haven't been to Disney, it's an awesome experience. And Netta, for Hawaii, I've been to Hawaii twice. And it's an awesome experience as well. It's the same thing. They meet you at and it's a trip for 2 to Hawaii. They meet you at the airport and they lay you right at the airport. And then you take your ground transportation they do an orientation with you, tell you all the things about Hawaii. They take you to the hotel, get you checked in. You also get the spending money. You also get a special invitation to an exclusive authentic celebration on one of the nights. And if you travel by yourself, but if you travel in the Tupperware group, then they'll do it all together. So I've gone with the Tupperware group one year, offered that you can pick the time that you go, and we did it that way one year as well. Absolutely trips of a lifetime if you've never been to Hawaii. So it's absolutely fabulous. So that is a all expense paid trip that the new director can get just because when they recruit to director, and then afterwards, if earn that trip or they don't qualify for that trip, they can turn right back around and go into the regular WOW program. So there's a new director trip, and then the WOW program qualify year after year after year. Isn't that exciting? Yes. And so you got a great opportunity earning those trips year after year. Okay. Now, the other one of our perks is the Tupperware car program. Now, this one needs to be upgraded here to our Nissan Rogue. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is a really nice car. And that's the new director car, is the Nissan Rogue. And it is absolutely fantastic. And you can drive that car, or you could get a cash bonus from Tupperware. So if you do your 10,000, you get a $250 cash bonus from Tupperware, or you can choose to get the vehicle. Okay, Tupperware pays the taxes, license, insurance, and everything on that vehicle. We call it a trophy on wheels. And if you don't want the vehicle, you could just take the $250 cash and pay towards your own vehicle. Okay. In order for you to qualify for the car at the director level, or you can also start qualifying while you're in DIQ, 12,500 3 months in a row. So if you are currently a DIQ and hold the title of star manager or executive manager, and you did 12 last month, guess what? You're at month number 1 of the Tupperware car program. Yay! Oh my gosh, absolutely fantastic. And this is super exciting. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back and look at one other thing. Hold on. Okay. All right. So when you do your 12-5, that's what's gonna. So when you do that 3 consecutive months in a row, you're gonna be able to drive that car. So we want to make sure you are driving that car, and that you're getting your, if you were in the DIQ program, you can actually qualify while you're in the DIQ program, as long as you maintain that 12-5 the whole year in. You can actually come out of the program with the car, or shortly afterwards, maybe the month afterwards, as long as you do the 12-5 3 months in a row. Okay. Now, the other thing that's super exciting information, that's our very own Alicia Manning. Alicia is in the AIM High region with Eagle Enterprises. Congratulations to her for being featured in the magazine. But this is the WOW program. So we actually have our WOW program, and we have called a Running Start program. So you might see that as well. So the WOW New Director program, that's where you go off time frame to achieve your trip to Disney. So as soon as you promote to director, you're gonna have 6 months, and this is for your first time step ups. You're gonna have 6 months to achieve $60,000 in sales, and you will have a total of 4 managers that would have been promoted out from your team. And when you do that, 60,000, and have those 4 managers somewhere within your team, you're gonna win that trip to either Disney, Disneyland, Disney World, or to Hawaii. Okay, and that's an all expense paid trip. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we do have options though. If you don't want to take the that particular trip, you have options. You could do a trip for 2 to Hawaii. You could do 4 to Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, or of course you could go to California, or you could get a 1.5 carat total weight diamond ring to celebrate your successes. Okay. We also have a technology pack. This technology package, you're going to be getting a computer, and that is a really nice computer, the extra large screen. It has the side key. But it's actually, now I love my HP. I love my HP, and being able to key and do everything you need to do is awesome. Then you're going to be getting a printer and that's just not a printer, that's the all-in-one, and it copies, it prints, it faxes, it does everything. You're going to get the projector system, which, you know, with your projector, the clicker, and your microphone, your speakers, everything. So that technology package is quite expensive. That's just not a regular technology package. That's something where you could do awesome events for business or pleasure anywhere you want to go, and that is part of the program as well. So you can, if you're not wanting to travel, or if you want to manage, you could do that as well. Now, the WOW programs are great. We also have one called the Running Start, which means, you know, you if it doesn't work out for you, do the regular WOW trip, or you need to build up your team as you go, you could go into what they call the Running Start. And in that case, you can win the 1 carat diamond pendant, which is absolutely beautiful. The GoPro Hero, which is one of these digital camera systems that is top notch and all techie, more techie than I am. And or you can set up the 3-piece luggage collection of the Tupperware luggage, which everyone loves. And then the Running Start program is going to get you started where you're building up to your okay. So you would do your growth month over month, and it will give you an opportunity to get a prize while you're building up to earning the trip, just in case you need to. And you do that Running Start at any time that you need to kind of regroup, but you'll still have an awesome prize that you're working towards. Okay, so we're almost finished with these. The ultimate wow is something that's so exciting because a lot of times people miss this one too. What the ultimate wow means is that you have an opportunity not to just drive a Tupperware company car, but you have an opportunity to actually earn a Tupperware vehicle free and clear from the, and if you're talking about excitement and something so exciting that you can never dream of, you have got to understand how exciting it is for Tupperware to deliver a free car to you, or for you to go pick up a free car from the dealership, free and clear for that car. Or they have options with that one too, and I'll show you what they are. But it's very exciting. And the current car that they have at that level now is it was a G6 when I did it, but now it's a Mustang convertible. Okay, so how many of you could be dealing with a Mustang convertible? Hello. So yeah, so we earned that ultimate trophy, and Kai was like 3 or 4 years old, so he was a teeny little thing sitting in that car watching the top go up and down, and he was just fascinated, like what? And so we had a Tupperware car and the free vehicle as well. And that car, your title will be delivered with you within a month, and that is your car free and clear. So our regional door, Neubauer, has the Mustang, and I love seeing her show it off in the yard and having her kids in it, and it's awesome. So how do you get this car or the other options that I'm going to tell you about? Well, in this WOW the WOW program you in, so you're going to have your first 6 months, and that's going to be where you can be earning that first trip. So that's where you're going to choose Hawaii, or you're going to choose Disney, or in some of the entertainment package, or the diamond ring. So you can choose either one of those. And then in the next 6 months, months 7 through 12, you're going to maintain. So Tupperware is going to give you a number, and that's going to be the number you have for that next 6 months, and you just have to hit that number every single month. You could go over, but you just don't want to go under, and then you're going to maintain that for 6 months. And then the next 6 months, for month 13 to 18, they give you a growth goal again, and when you hit those growth goals through month 13 through 18, then you get the ultimate win, and then you get to choose between. It's an awesome program, and it's very exciting for you to work on it with your team, get everybody in that ultimate win. You're going to be able to win the Ford Mustang, the 2-door convertible, or 14-karat gold tennis bracelet, or a Harley Davidson Fat Boy motorcycle. That's a good one. Who would want that motorcycle? Who wants a Harley? In your driveway, free and clear, paid for. Hello. I know how to ride a motorcycle. I know how to ride on the back. Nancy says no. What about a Ski-Doo? Plus the trailer to pull them on. You would do that one. Or Sea-Doo. It's a Ski-Doo or a Sea-Doo. A Sea-Doo is a personal watercraft. The trailer with that too. I don't want any parts of it, but it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Or you could get a stainless steel GE kitchen appliance. That's awesome. What about having a whole 12 pieces of appliances from GE? The stove, the refrigerator, the washer dryer, the dishwasher, all of these appliances. Excuse me. What about the Dutchman? Excuse me. I got too excited. Let me turn. Hold on. Excuse me, guys. I got a little choked up there. You can also do the Dutchman, the light recreational vehicle. Let me show you that. Or how many could get excited about this? $22,000 in cash. Who would want that one?
Oh, I'll take that.
You take the 22,000, Nancy.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
I might too. I would too. That'd be pretty cool. How awesome is it to open up your bank account and have $22,000 sitting there?
I wouldn't
Yep.
know, but you can find out.
Oh,
Hey,
exactly.
you can't find out. You can't find out because I'll tell you what we did when we earned the G6 convertible. They stopped making the G6 after I had had the car about 6 months, and they stopped making the G6. And my husband was like, you know, they're not making it anymore. So if something happens to it down the road, we would have to special order these parts and things like that. So we decided to sell it. So even after we had it for a while, we took it to CarMax and they wrote us a check for over $21,000.
Oh, my goodness.
So you still, and you know, because we had the title, it was my car. And so then we were still able to, you know, pay off bills and do go on vacation and do things that we wanted to do with the money after they stopped making the G6. And that's when Tupperware replaced it with the Mustang. So it is very exciting. It is very exciting to be like, you know, when I took that check to the bank, they were looking at me like, what in the whole world? I'm like, I know. But that's exciting. So Tupperware is going to just deposit out. You don't have to get the car and sell it. You could just get the money. Okay. And so those are all your options there just for 18 months of working your business. And so these options, you remember you got the trip at the first 6 months. So look at all that they're investing in everybody who steps up to that director level. This is just the director level. This doesn't mean you have to be a 15-star director. This is at the director level, building your people. Of course, by this time, Double may be promoted a director, but it's not required. If you meet these sales goals, you will be able to get all of these things. And your first time around, your sales goals are going to be based off of 10 and 12,000. So it's not like you're starting at $40,000 or $50,000 either. It's absolutely fantastic. That is there for us. So you know how I am. If it's there, we need to be in the number. If it's there, we need to be getting it. And then here's some examples of through the years with our Tupperware car program, because it is still one of the most coveted things that we do in Tupperware is our car program. So you got that. I wouldn't love that. Now the cars in our Tupperware program are white until you cross over 5 million in sales a year, and then your car is black with the lettering on the side. Once you're a business leader, they actually write business leader on your car as well. So it's pretty cool. So its car has business leader on it there. Okay. So this is our car program through the years. And those of you who have been in Tupperware for many years, I know you've seen many Tupperware cars throughout the years, and isn't it amazing that you've seen many people do this for many years? So this is not just for some people. It is for anyone who hits those numbers and for anyone who works the program. And so that's why I love that they put these in here, starting off with the Oldsmobile Cutlass back in 84 through 87. Then they did the Dodge Caravan. Then in 2000s, again with the Caravan, and I remember that. Oh my gosh, my hate is when it became the Pontiac Montana. I don't tell you how many of those that I drove. Absolutely fabulous. And then we went on to the Cadillac DeVille. That's actually I had there too. Loved it. Kai came home from the hospital in the back of that Cadillac DeVille. That was the car that I was driving when he was born. So the car programs, awesome, and I love looking back at these. What about this one? Illumina minivan from 92 to 93. Still, that was even before my time. Look at this. Cherokee, wasn't that a nice one? I don't remember that one. What about that Saab convertible? 2001 and 2004, and then 2005 to 2006, it was a Yukon XL. So what are the new cars now? Okay, we have the GMC Acadia all-wheel drive. We have Chrysler Pacifica, and that Pacifica is nice too. I might have to take a look at that because we're over the next level of the car. So I'll have to look at that and see who has a Pacifica. Y'all familiar with the Chrysler Pacifica? That's a nice car. It looks like a nice car. It looks like a nice car. And then, so that's up to the $1 million level. And then you have your Chevy Tahoe or your Cadillac XT5 into $4 million or $4.99 million. And then I told you that changes the color when you're over the $5 million. So look at these cars. And this is the Mercedes-Benz, or you can get the GMC. That's bigger than a Tahoe there. The Mercedes-Benz convertible. Oh my gosh. That's a Yukon XL, a Cadillac Escalade Platinum Series. OMG, how cool is this? And then at the $10 million level, and you know, it's funny to say these things, but these are levels that I know someone who drives every one of these levels, and they're just like you and I, but that's how big their teams are. Okay, so that's why I want you to really dream a little. So from the 5 to the 9.9 million, that's where the Yukon Benz SUV, and then at 10 million or more is the Mercedes-Benz GLS or the Platinum Escalade. How exciting is that? To the car thing again, all of these levels also have cash bonuses. So some of these are paying up to $1,000 a month if you want them to pay for your car. How cool is that? How many would take the $1,000 a month and go get another different car? Or would you drive the Tupperware car? You want the money, $1,000 a month and buy your own car. Okay, so that's the Just So Have an Elite program. That's another big deal in Tupperware. And so the Elite for directors starts at $500,000, and then the Pearl Elite is $7,500 or more, and Bronze Elite is $1 million or more, and so on and so forth. But those actually, they get perks as well. You'll see that they get extra sampling perks, they get free jubilees and registration for different workshops and things like that when they get to elite status. So they're worth it to become an elite with Tupperware as well. Okay, so that is all in your career guide. On the is this long chart here, but you can print it out, or you can I have images of it where it's just on one sheet. It's just a little smaller, but this is everything in this whole workshop that we did tonight. It's just showing you how all these percentages, where you get your 2, 3, and 4%, what they're like, and once you promote managers and directors, what it looks like. And it all starts right here with a consultant, and it starts with that consultant, and then it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So if you are a manager, you know, you're one step above that consultant. So don't you have so much room to grow? Don't you have so much room to grow? You could go right on up to star. Don't you have so much room to grow? And then executive manager, then director, and then star. So this chart is also a grindstone just to show you exactly how far you can go within your Tupperware business. And it goes all the way up to presidential director. And again, there's someone in this level that I know someone in every one of these levels. And you know, the only difference between them is the size team that they have. That's the only difference. You know, again, we talked about this the other night. Nothing is impossible. Anything is possible as long as you're willing to work for it. And this is the guidelines to help you do just that, okay? So that is your getting started guide. That's what I want to share with you tonight. I want you to just be able to think outside of the box, guys, but also know that this is not the journey that you go on alone. So I want you to think about it this week while we have the virtual opportunity kit. Who do you know that has really been talking to you, or you've hearing about it on social media, something that maybe has had an opportunity to where they have you know, maybe been furloughed, or they not making the income that they want to make right now? Why don't you make a phone call or send a message to them and say, hey, listen, I am with Tupperware and we have an awesome opportunity right now. Do a genuine call or reach out to someone who may be on furlough or maybe waiting to go back to work, because you can help them make $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month. And do you know how powerful that is when someone is really needing that money and you can show them how to make it? And so that's really powerful to me. Also, I want you to look at your past hostesses. Who was so excited to earn that free Tupperware? Who are some of your customers that just love Tupperware and they want to buy it? Every time it goes on sale, they got to sell. You might want them to be on your team because they got a lot of Tupperware because they've been buying it for you. So if they stop buying it from you, they'll be done. But don't let them be done. They need to come and be in business with you, and then they'll share with other people. Wouldn't you want people on your team that already love Tupperware and already know how to use it? Don't you? You know, it's just like the best thing ever. I and my hostesses and customers in the business with me because they already knew the product. I never had to convince them of it. They already knew the product. So those people who may be looking for a earning opportunity is who you want to be talking to. Those people who you do business with, who make the biggest order, those that make the smallest order, might want to buy more. Those that love Tupperware and can tell you all about it and demo it to you. Those that might be out of state, those on your Facebook page or through social media, through Facebook parties. These are all the different people that you could be offering the opportunity to. There's different ways to offer the opportunity. You can have that one-on-one, but you can also post and let people know what's going on with Tupperware and the different opportunities we have right now. I'll explain them to you at the end. You can also message them or text or email. So in this day and age, there's more than one way to communicate with people as well. It used to be like text people, but some people, that's their form of communications these days. So it's okay to text them. I still prefer to talk to people. I prefer to look at people and some people are okay just texting. So you want to make sure that you're able to communicate in all those different ways with all the different people so that you have the opportunity to get the word out about what's going on in Tupperware right now. So let me tell you the great news. What's going on right now is that we have what we're calling a virtual that's going on for just 1 week. So that's going to be done on June the 5th. Okay, so on June the 5th, this will be gone, but for $15 and no product exchanged. So they're not going to get any actual physical Tupperware products, but for $15, they will be able to join our Tupperware business and start making money right away. And they could go and start setting up their posts. They could go on social media. They could text. They could call. They can get the virtual images. They can start right away earning free products. Start right away in a welcome bonus. They could do a party bonus, a confidence start program. They get it all for $15. Kate, have you ever heard of such a thing? Oh my gosh, to be able to join Tupperware for $15. Or we do have an awesome summer kit that's going to be offered through the summer of 2020 through the end of August sales month. And guess what? That kit is $250 worth of our best Tupperware products. And our new team members will be able to purchase that for only $60, guys. So they can come into Tupperware for just $60 and get $250 worth of products to start their business with. Catalogs come in that kit as well, and the monthly brochures will come in that kit as well. How exciting is that? So those are your 2 kid opportunities. So if you listen to this info session tonight and you're thinking, you know, I really could use that extra money, or I really would love to work on that trip, or I would love for Tupperware to pay my car payment, or for me to drive that company car, you can do that. But if you have a dream, you need a team. And if you have a team, then they need a dream. So if you already have a team and everybody is just there, start talking to your team and ask them what they want. This career guide is available to everybody, for everybody to go through. I would be going through it at my team meetings. I would be sharing it with our new team members. As a matter of fact, my welcome message, as soon as my screen opens and I get everybody's emails, all of our new team members on their welcome message, they're going to get the career guide and the getting started guide. It's not that I'm going to necessarily go over it with them right now, but I want them to have it so that they can go through there and really dream about what they want from Tupperware. Because if they don't have a dream and they never go for anything, sometimes they can become stagnant, and that's not what you want to happen, okay? So that is my advice to you. So I'll leave this call tonight. I want you to think about how many people could I bring in this month week personally with the $15 virtual kit? How many people can I bring in for the month with the $60 summer kit? How many people do I know? How many past hostesses could I reach out to? And then how many people can my team bring in? So let's say we want to bring in 5 people this week for my whole team, or maybe 7, or how about 10 for my whole team, and get everybody thinking and growing together, okay? So let's think about that as well. Get your personal goal together every single month, and then do a team challenge with your team every single month. As soon as the month flips and you close out one month, your team should know what the goal is for the next month. Okay. And you know, guys, that I do that every single month. This month closed and we celebrate that month. Now we're going into June. So what's our goal for June, right? So that's what we want to make sure we're doing. I think in the chat here, first of all, do we have any questions? Because I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll answer any questions. Y'all okay that are on live? Okay.